So as far as your energy in the month of June, we have the Three of Pentacles reversed. So this card is going to represent your hopes, your fears, and your expectations. So what I'm getting is that some Aries, if you're currently in a relationship, or maybe you've been dating someone, there has been a lot of talk of, plans, and we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and, we'll be together forever. But as far as the action, I feel that there's been little action. This card kind of shows that not a lot of effort is being put in the current relationship, that maybe there's been a lot of ideas or ideals regarding the relationship, but as far as putting in the time and the effort and the commitment, it's just not there. It's basically, some relationships for Aries are really lacking a solid foundation. That maybe you have the title, but as far as a true solid connection or intimacy, this card kind of talks about that there's really nothing solid, that the relationship might be just more shallow or superficial, or fleeting. And I also pick up on that there's some Aries that they're kind of like bored. They're bored with the relationship. And, they might talk like they're committed, but they're not really committed. They're lacking that feeling of wanting to put the effort in. And then this card also talks about because when it's in the upright, it's about building foundations. When it's in the reverse, I feel like whoever you're dealing with, there's just not really a sense of like camaraderie or teamwork or partnership. When the 3 is in the reverse, it's like the team is not a team. The team is not cohesive. There might be too many chiefs in the team. There might be no leader in the team. Point being is that the union or the relationship is not harmonious. That there is just not a sense of like common ground and common bonding. So, I mean, obviously, I feel that since this is in the hopes and the fears and the expectations, I feel like a lot of you Aries, you might be in a situation, but you really don't want to be. Like deep down, your heart is not really in it. You are kind of bored with the situation, and you're just not putting a lot of time or commitment. So for some of you, and then if you're single, basically you're not really serious about anyone. You might be dating, you might be kind of like just seeing what's out there, but as far as really putting that effort and that work to have like a serious, committed, long-term, deep relationship, this card just basically says no. I may say that I want that, but deep down, that's not what I'm looking for. So for some of you, for the month of June, yeah, I feel like the Aries is wanting to be a free spirit in many ways. Or if they are in a relationship, they're bored, or they're just not willing to put in the work. Because this card can also talk about like criticism, like maybe your significant other, like anything you try to do, they criticize you. And it's like, no matter what you do, it's not good enough. And like you've tried maybe before, and it's just, it's like you can't make them happy. Yeah, so that's interesting. So as far as the obstacle to be overcome, we have the 2 of Swords. And so what this tells me is that there's a decision that has to be made, Aries. And it's not an easy decision. This is not an easy decision. Whatever this decision is, it can cause anguish. It can cause mental anguish. The swords can represent the thought processes or the mental state of mind of things. And I feel like a lot of Aries are just they're torn about something. They're torn about what decision to make. that maybe some of you are fighting with your head and your heart and which direction to go in. Also, because she's blindfolded, there's a sense of almost, I just want to ignore it. Maybe it will go away. Like, I just don't want to view it. You know, that if I just keep moving, that maybe somehow this will just disappear. However, what this card is saying, though, is that a decision is going to have to be made. Like, it's going to have to be made. There's something that you need to look at and decide one way or the other. The other thing that this card alludes to is, for some Aries, you know, she's really protecting her heart. And I feel that some of you are just, you're not letting anyone in. You're just not. You've been hurt in the past, and, you know, you need time to heal your heart. And so even if you're quote unquote dating, and maybe that's why with this, we're just not getting a lot of oomph, you know, we're getting kind of like, just barely trying, or just enough to get by, or, you know, just like shortcuts. And the reason for that is because a lot of you are trying to protect yourself. And, you know, when the heart is covered, it's like nothing is going into that heart. Nothing is coming out. It's like, no, this sword, if you come close to me, back off. And so this also tells me that for some of you, Aries, if that's what's happening, you're probably attracting energies that are similar to you. You're probably attracting people that are also closed, that are also protecting themselves, or that are just looking for a more superficial or shallow, or it's not that we're intentionally looking for that, but if that's all we're capable of, we will naturally attract other people that are also kind of seeking the same. Because it's a sword, I think some of you are probably dealing with Aquarius, Gemini, or Libras. Could be a possibility. And because it's a 2, the 2 talks about decision, and I feel that some of you are just at odds with your partner. Like, you're not seen on common ground. You're just not, there's just like a battle of the wills, or a battle of the egos, and nobody's going to give. Nobody is going to give, because like both sides are just, you know, squared against each other. And the moon is waning. So it tells me that this has been going on probably for a little while, because she's been chilling here for a bit, because it's going into the evening. So I feel that this has been happening for a while, and maybe you've tried to salvage it, but your efforts have just not really been that thorough or long lasting, because I feel that at the end of the day, you don't have a lot of motivation in this relationship, or you just don't have a lot of motivation to do the hard work necessary to salvage the situation, the hard work that would be necessary. So, as far as what obstacle to be overcome, the obstacle is basically to deal with this decision, and to take the blindfold off, and to deal with the truth, to face whatever you need to face with this person or this relationship, or even with yourself. And that can be difficult, because obviously it can bring, you know, stress and turmoil, but I feel like, Aries, until you do that, like if you're in a situation where it's just like you know, and also the 3 talks about like you've been in this situation before, like someone's maybe repeating the same pattern or the same thing that happens over and over and over again. And I feel like the question is why? Why do I keep attracting the same kind of relationships where, you know, maybe they're hot and heavy in the beginning, there's a lot of excitement, but then when it comes to actually building like a solid foundation, you just kind of get bored, or it just seems like too much work, or the person starts annoying you, but you still like having them in your life. You still like having them there. And so now your heart and your head are in conflict. And, you know, you really have to take off the blindfold and see, is it the person? Is it me? Like, what is the issue? What is the issue? And I feel like that, you know, that takes some work. That takes, you know, and it also just takes a readiness and a willingness to want to heal yourself and move forward and move on and let go of the things that are no longer serving you. Let go of the people and the situations that aren't your true calling or your true path or your true journey. And that really resonates with the outcome card or the realization. I mean, that's actually what the outcome card is, the Princess of Wands. This is a fire energy. It's a princess or page. So it's a young energy. But what I feel like some Aries are in the process is this Princess of Wands is all about kind of freeing herself so that she can be this beautiful fire energy. I mean, if you look, she's got this gorgeous like red and yellow like smoldering flames, and she's got her wand, and she's out in nature, in the universe. She's exploring. I feel like a lot of Aries are really, you want to be free, but like to be free, then that means being alone. So that's kind of the battle. But this is what I feel like a lot of you are working towards right now. And the realization is kind of getting back to that innocence, because the page or the princess is like a child. Doesn't necessarily mean a child, but like a young spirit. So like who you are on a core basic level is what you're trying to figure out. Because right now, something's not feeling right for some of, and this is a general reading, but something's just not right with the way relationships have been playing out for some of you. And you really, I feel like a lot of you just want to be this energy where, kind of like that feeling when you were a kid again, just a child, free, ambitious, positive, enthusiastic. And really, this is the outcome or the realization. So some of you might be realizing this, or some of you actually might be taking steps to get to this place in the month of June. But what I like about this card is that she's thinking about her next adventure. So she's planning. She's going to act. Don't get me wrong. She's going to act boldly, fiercely, courageously, confidently, and it's just a matter of time. She's just planning her next adventure. And so I feel like a lot of you, this is where you're still on the lookout. You're still, Aries is a very free, independent spirit, and a lot of you are still in that place where you want your adventure. You want to experience all that life has to offer. You want more thrills, more excitement. There's a very strong hunger and thirst in the Aries energy to be that bold leader, that fierce, confident, and be the best at whatever they do. And so I feel like that's why some of you, this just isn't working. Whatever you're in, either you're not ready for it, or it's just not the best foundation. It's not the best match to begin with. Because a lot of you, I just feel like there's conflict, there's anguish, there's stress, and you have a decision to make, and it's between your head and your heart. And that's why it's been so difficult for you. And maybe that's why you've kind of been sitting in a situation for so long, because it's not easy. Because, like I said, your head and your heart. But I feel that a lot of you, this is who you want. This is where you want to be. A lot of you want to be this princess or page of wands. So a lot of you might want to be single and free, or just purifying your essence to where you are more who you truly are, giving yourself time and space to heal from any past traumas, so that when you are ready, you connect on a more whole basis of who you really are. Because some of you that are in relationships right now, it's because of the past that you're not able to fully open your heart. And it's because of the past that this relationship is more of a conflict, more of a battle, and there's just not a lot of love flowing in and out of each side, because both parties' hearts are covered and not open and receptive to love. So that is the challenge. And, you're only willing to put in so much work. You really are. Like, you might say that you're willing to do more work, but, our actions and our words are very different. So really interesting reading. And, we're all in different places, and we're all in different processes. And I do feel that some Aries are battling between this person and, just to remain comfortable, and just to kind of keep it going. but I feel that some of you this month are really going to start looking at this a little bit more clearly, because the outcome is more the pure essence of yourself and the more pure essence of your freedom and your energy, so that you can be free. And I feel that some of you are going to be coming to that in the month of June. Okay, Aries, we have Shattuckite. And this is a beautiful card. I love the bright blue, turquoise, little splash of orange in there. The Shattuckite represents the teacher. It is related to the heart, the throat, and the crown chakra. It says, Shattuckite freely offers its powerful healing vibration. Its medicine encourages you to connect deeply with teaching and to open to the wisdom that lies within, to step onto the path as a teacher. It also creates a sacred place where you can learn and heal from your own challenges and experiences. When you can understand and integrate the lessons you face in life, deep wisdom and healing is attained, which can then be shared with others. Shattuckite will assist you in finding the courage and strength associated with knowing your truth and connecting to your inner wisdom. So, Aries, Shattuckite invokes the wisdom of the inner teacher. It opens the heart to allow you to share wisdom from a place of love. It supports you to share the divine wisdom of the universe. And Aries, you have attracted this card today to remind you that the best teacher in life right now is you. All of your experiences have brought you an abundance of wisdom and knowledge. Now is the time for you to listen to yourself and implement this wisdom in your own life. This is an important turning point, and Shattuckite is guiding you to connect deeply with the teacher within. Hold your own counsel, be your own sage, listen to your inner guidance as you draw upon your own personal life experiences to support your growth. You have been receiving signs, inner knowing, hunches around situations in your life. And this card is another confirmation that you have been already connecting with your inner teacher. This card could also indicate that you have wisdom and knowledge to share with others. You are being encouraged to work closely with this energy, releasing any fears you have of stepping into your power as a teacher. So if you've asked for guidance about a specific person, know that this card indicates that this soul has much to teach you and will play a significant role in your life. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Okay, Aries, so pretty powerful stuff for you. Now I'm also going to draw, and I have shuffled, we're going to do a healing card to assist with your teacher Shattuckite crystal energy. So what is the healing color that Aries can use this month to help visualize their dreams and goals and best and highest self? Okay, so we have Violet. Create a balanced life. Violet regenerates your nervous system, and it can heal insomnia, menstrual disorders, physical illness, and injuries affecting the eyes and the brain. It is helpful with treating epilepsy, balancing energy, and reprogramming cells. Violet also activates intuition, opens creativity, increases the psychic senses to release karma and regain freedom from past issues. Create balance and receive blessings from the color of violet. Balance is an important part of life. It is the recognition that every challenge contains a blessing, and every blessing contains a challenge. With it, we embrace the whole of life. Aries, focus on any area in your life that seems out of balance. If you could learn something from it, what would it be? Close your eyes and imagine a violet gift box floating towards you. When it comes closer, unwrap it and receive its gift into your heart. Allow a violet ray of light to penetrate your body, relaxing and energizing it as you let go of any fear, stress, or worry and bring back balance. You can also ask God and say, please help me and allow me to create a balanced and harmonious life full of blessings and joy. Wow, Aries, to me, I feel that you are in a very deep place. You're also very intuitive this month and at this time. And I feel that you're in a leadership role and that others need your guidance. They need your leadership, your support, your courage. And I feel that as you embrace this energy and as you continue to balance your own with this beautiful violet color, either like as a ray or just to meditate with that energy or surround yourself with it, it's just going to empower you all the more to be who you truly are supposed to be.